Yes, people, Manscaped is back, but this time it's not for below the belt grooming. Manscaped brings to you the Beard Hedger, the best product on the market when it comes to beard trimmers. The Beard Hedger is unique due to its number of gradient settings. As someone who's purchased this, I won't turn to any other beard trimmer. Check it out for yourself at manscaped.com. And don't forget to use code FTM20 to get 20% off of this product.
Morning, people. Big up to every single one of you that's here already. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit subscribe. And make sure you check out manscaped.com. All you need to do is use the code FTM20 and you get 20% off. Christmas is coming. And it really is as well, by the way. I can't believe that we're almost into November in the next couple of weeks, which is absolutely mad. So please make sure that if you have not got them already, you go and get your beard trimmers. Make sure you go to manscaped.com, select the Beard Hedger, put in FTM20 if you've got any problems whatsoever, and the 20% code will come off and they'll know that you're from this channel. So show them some love. They've been great to us. More products coming out as well. If you would like the Champion Pro Plus, then make sure that you do go over there. Use the code FTM20 and you'll be fine. Listen, we're going to be talking about a lot of things this morning. We're going to be talking about the fallout from the weekend. Please make sure you check out last night's show. Race for Europe is back tonight, but This is London was last night. Deji having some fun with everybody. Me and Don in the mud. Lawless completely in the mud. D sitting there in a West Ham shirt because he had to do his forfeit. Well worth watching. Trust me. Well worth watching. This evening we'll be back 8 p.m. for Race for Europe, where I'm sure LB will be laughing at myself for Arsenal's troubles this weekend. And that's what they were. It was a shambles. And that's what we're going to be talking about. Howard Webb, corruption, red cards, refereeing inconsistencies, Mikel Arteta, poor team selections, horrendously hilarious subs, and just poor round play from individuals at Arsenal that need to back their ideas up if they want to get themselves into a title race. That's what we're going to be talking about today, and I want to get your reactions as well in the chat. Big up to every single one of you. It's great to see you all here so early. I want to talk about a lot that's happened this weekend in terms of some of what I'm hearing from fans, because as you can see from this title, that's what people are saying. Corruption. It's Howard Webb. It's the referee's fault. I'm not buying that, man. And you can already see in the chat people are arguing about it. Yes, it was the ref. No, it wasn't the ref. It is corruption. No, it's not corruption. Let's talk about what my thoughts were at the weekend. I was away. I was busy, so I weren't able to do a fan cam or match reaction straight after it. Obviously, I was part of the show last night, but I wasn't able to go on AFTV. I wasn't able to come on here and talk about it, so I thought I'd do it today. Now that the emotion's taken out of it, I was livid on Saturday night. I was more livid with the performance. I was more livid with the fact that we got into a scenario where we could yet again find ourselves down to 10 men. And I do think that there's an opportunity for us to actually reflect some of the discipline at Arsenal since Mikel Arteta has been here. The most red-carded team with 18 red cards. And a lot of those red cards that we've received have been discipline. It has been letting our heads go. It has been doing silly things, going in late with tackles, kicking balls away. It has been a couple of yellow cards. When you're on a yellow card, you know what you have to do. You have to calm it down, and we haven't done that. So I think there's definitely issues with red cards at Arsenal. Some people will say that's nothing to do with the players. It's all because the referees are corrupt and they hate Arsenal. I'm not buying that, if I'm honest with you. I'm not buying that. Because when you look back at the red cards that we've had under Mikel Arteta, majority of them are blatant red cards. Either they've lost their heads in a moment, they've gone in late when they're already on a yellow, they've gone in late when they're not on a yellow and it's a horrendously high tackle. I'm thinking Fabio Vieira against Burnley. And then, of course, there's the kicking the ball away incidents this season and Saliba being last man. So let's talk about the red card incident first, because it's what everybody wants to be discussing. First of all, I don't know what Leandro Trossard's doing. I have absolutely no idea. No idea where he's going with that. He's put Saliba in serious trouble. But Saliba's quick and Ben White's quick. Evan Nilsson is no slow coach by any means, but I don't think of him as an absolute pace and power. I don't look at him and think, oh my God, it's Haaland in behind him. Or let me not pick someone as great as that. Let me pick someone that's quick but not as lethal. Danny Welbeck, for example. You think, oh yeah, Danny's got some pace even at 34 or whatever he is. So you might think, oh my God, I'm going to have to pull him back. But Saliba, Dear, dear, dear. Dear, dear, dear. Seriously, what are you doing? Just what are you doing? It's fair enough, Trossard, he's passed the ball back, he's got it wrong. Poor. Right? Poor. And I do feel personally there's so much more blame on Saliba because the minute you give the referee a decision to make, he ain't going to look after you. Trust me, these referees, you can't rely on any of them to do you favours. So we're relying on the referee to do us a favour. And do you know what? He did. The referee did us a favour. He gave Saliba a yellow card. Now, Saliba's lucky because he's last man. Evan Nilsson's through. It's a blatant tug of the shirt, pull back on his shoulder. And I think it's a red card. I said it in the pub where I was away with my mate. I said, look, that's a red card. No, he's given a yellow. And I said, we're lucky. We are lucky. If they review that, that ain't going to stay yellow card for long. That's going to go to a red. What happens? It goes to a red. Now, there's two things to talk about here. First of all, can Ben White get back? We're not sure. Maybe, maybe not. We're not sure. But we actually believe that it's a foul by Saliba. So the red card, in my opinion, is probably something that is going to happen because we can't tell if Ben White can get back or not because Evan Nilsson's through, right? That's the first thing with this. The second thing is Howard Webb is on the headphone set and he's texting. Or has he not even got headphones set on? Maybe he's just texting with saying in his ear. I don't know. But he's texting away. And unfortunately, it is a really good bit of television media because the moment that he's doing it, it is the moment that the yellow card has been given. So what it looks like is that the referee, Rob Jones, has gone into yellow. Then it's panned over to Howard Webb, who's doing this on the phone, texting away. And it looks like he's saying, give him a red. Now, of course, all the Arsenal fans are then up in arms. It's corrupt. It's corruption. Howard Webb, you are a corrupt man. Now, listen, Howard Webb might be a corrupt man. I've got no evidence to suggest that he is or he isn't, right? But what I will say is it doesn't look good. It does not look good. They've done him no favours there whatsoever. So, look, Howard Webb, I don't believe, text VAR and said, get involved with this. It's a red card. I can see from up here. But the referee has decided it's a yellow card. Now, VAR have decided to get involved to tell him, no, it's a red card. Now, is that a clear and obvious mistake? That's the debate here. Is it clear and obvious that Saliba is the last man? I think it looks like he is. Is it clear and obvious that Ben White can't get back? That's where it's not obvious. You can't say that he will not get back and make the tackle or at least put pressure on Evan Nilsson. But either way, Saliba's got to let him go. Yeah? He's lost his man. Trossard's put him under. He didn't expect that to happen. Oh, I've got caught out. I can either let him go and hope he misses or try and catch up or hope that me or Ben can catch up, or I'll pull him and I get sent off. And he's got to not pick the latter. He's got to say, hands up, done. The problem I've got is the fans are willing to accept that it's okay for Saliba to do that because he's a brilliant defender and he's got credit in the bank. Not for me. Not for me. Let's just be real. It was bad from Saliba. We can say that without making out that he is not a good defender. He is on the brink of world class, one of the best in the world. If anybody had any money, you can buy any defender in the world at the moment. Who do you want to buy? It's going to be William Saliba, right? Everybody's going to want to buy him. So he's world class. But trust me, that weren't world class at the weekend from him. He had to hold an L. There's no credit in the bank situation there for me. That's just a poor brain, what do they call it? Brain loss moment where he's just thought, oh, no, pull him back. And he's going to go into the book for that. And you pray and hope that the yellow card stays. But let's be real. I knew it was going to be a red. And the minute the game stopped, I was like, they're going to go check that. And that's exactly what happened. So we're in a situation now where we go down to 10 men. Now, let me bring up the Liverpool situation yesterday because Chelsea and Liverpool played. It was a good game of football. And Tosin brings down the striker. Colwell is next to him. So they're saying that Colwell being next to him, he's got more chance of catching. But what we can't do is say how different that is to Ben White. And I'll tell you why. Colwell might be nearer to the player, right? But he is behind him. So it's not like this guy is not through. So you've got Colwell You've got Tosin who brings the guy down, who's here. So they're at that far away. Ben White and Evan Nilsson, yeah, they're probably a further distance away, but they're both running back away from goal in the literally in the halfway line. So for me, both of those were red cards because it's the last man. So if you can't be absolutely clear that Ben White can't get back, it's a red card. If you can't be absolutely clear that Colwell can't get back, then it's a red card. Surely both are the same thing, right? There's consistency there. He's last man. He's last man. They both got to go. That's what I can't get round, is there's no consistency in this game. But a lot of people who obviously hate Arsenal and rival fans are like, oh no, the Chelsea one weren't, but the Arsenal one was. They're both red cards, aren't they? Let's just be real. They're both red cards. I don't really get it, but it's a bit of a madness, the lack of consistency in this game. So I don't think Howard Webb messaged VAR. I don't think VAR wanted to screw over Arsenal. I think in the end, the decision was correct for Saliba and that he should have got a red card. I don't know that anybody's standing by that and saying that it wasn't, because Saliba's an absolute idiot for what he's done there. Trossard, poor. Don't know what he's doing. So we go down to 10 men. Before I go into any further, I want to talk about how bad Arsenal were in the 25 minutes before that red card, because it was a shambles. And I want to start with Mikel Arteta, because trust me, everyone's getting it today. Everyone's getting it. This weekend, I had enough of Arteta. I had enough of the players. I had enough of the board. I had enough of the ownership. And I'll tell you why they all become involved. It will become clear, people. Trust me, it will become clear. I've been calling this out for a long time, and it only took game week 5, 6, and 7 for things to start coming towards where I was thinking it was going to go. 7 points dropped, red cards galore, and at the moment, lose to Liverpool without Ødegaard, Saka and Saliba, and we will be 7 points behind Liverpool. Poor. Very poor. So, let's talk about the team lineup. Raya, expected. Backline, expected if Timber's not to be there. Midfield, we'll come back to. Front three, bit of a shock, but not a massive amount when you know the players we've got out. In that midfield, that was nothing short of a disgrace from Mikel Arteta. I've got no problems with Rice and Partey. Thought they were two of our better players. Right, the only two that could actually walk off the pitch with their head held pretty high. Everyone else, shambles. Mikel Merino playing as the advanced midfielder. I didn't think he was a number 10. But according to Mikel, he certainly is. So people will say, well, we had to play Merino there because Martinelli wasn't fit to start and Saka was out. So Sterling played right, Havertz up top, Trossard had to go left. Right, so if Trossard has to go on the left, that's fine by me. Not a problem. You can either do one or two things. You can play Jesus and Sterling and keep Trossard in the 10. Or if you don't believe Jesus and Sterling are the wingers that you both want to play, then you've got to play Ethan Nwaneri as the 10 and Trossard on the left. You have to. You absolutely have to. But now what we've got is Merino, Rice and Partey playing without no creativity in midfielders. Not their fault, by the way. I'm not saying Merino, Rice and Partey should all of a sudden turn into Ødegaard when they want, because they ain't that sort of player. So now we've got these three midfielders that are all sat pretty much in line with each other, and people are scratching their heads wondering why we can't create. What's going on here? Because Mikel Merino was a shambles. I mean, he was good for Bournemouth. He gave it to the Bournemouth players more than the Arsenal players. Missed a bit of a sitter. I mean, he scuffed that wide when I thought he was left-footed. Poor. Really poor. And that was the only thing he had to do. The whole game, we had one shot. One shot. Martinelli, as in on target. Martinelli. I love him. But my God, why have I just got no confidence of him in front of goal at the moment? That was the best chance of the game. Merino, actually, only thing that he did actually well was win that ball back and thread it through to Martinelli. Martinelli's got to hit the target there. He's got to. And hit the target. He did hit the target, but you know what I mean? He's got to bury it. Trossard. That's the position you want him in. I think he's burying that. And then it's 1-0 and it's a different game. Not saying we would have won the game, but 1-0 with 10 men is very, very different. When you're trying to get that goal and you leak, which is what we did, poor. So the team lineup was wrong. So Mikel Arteta holds an L. But guess what? He don't stop there from Mikel. Mikel decides to bring on substitutes. So let's take you back. The team lineup, it was poor. There was no creativity. The only player, who I thought was poor, by the way, but the only player, still poor, going towards the goal, threatening, causing some havoc, was Raheem Sterling. That is the only player I thought on the pitch that I thought, do you know what? I'm not really a fan, but at least he's actually causing some havoc. And the Bournemouth players are on him. They're like, wow, he's the one at the moment. He's the creativity spark. Let's keep hold of him. We go down to 10 men and he takes him off. He takes him off. Wow. I couldn't believe it. And Kivior comes on. Another player who I've got question marks over, and we'll come on to that in a minute, as you can all see why you've got question marks over Kivior. So I'm thinking, I think Mikel Arteta might have messed this up here. Bournemouth aren't playing well. It's a poor game of football. It's actually really bad for a 5:30 game, which is actually viewed. I couldn't believe the amount of games that were played this weekend, that one was the one that they put on TV. I was just stunned, absolutely stunned. Newcastle, Brighton was there. Aston Villa, Fulham was there, 3 o'clock. Why? I'd much rather have watched those. And if you think about it, Newcastle, Brighton actually was a boring 1-0, but it was probably predicted to be 2-2s, 3-2s from what I was seeing and hearing. So, look, Kivior comes on. Remember this because we'll come back to it. Sterling goes off and there's nothing. There's nothing. Havertz is up top, but didn't he have a poor game? Of course he did. What was he supposed to do? He had no creativity around him. And we know he's the player that holds the ball up and he looks for his mates. Well, they're gone. There's no one there. Poor. Absolutely poor. Every single player was over 6 foot pretty much. There was no creative spark. It's great having people to tower over you. Superb. But we don't want to go into a physical battle against Bournemouth away from home. We should be blitzing them, especially when they lined up the way they did. They should never have been walking away with 2-0. Now, the red card definitely swayed it, but we weren't playing well enough to win the game. So we were losing that game as the minute it went down to 10 men. Because you know when you play well and you're going down to 10, you think, at least we're playing well, bit harsh. Yeah, it's a red, let's get on with it. We're still better than these. It weren't like that. Because for the 25 minutes before the red card, we were shocking. Couldn't get passes together. Passing, giving the ball away. Not being able to create in the final third. Having nothing other than long balls to Havertz up top, which weren't creating nothing because he had nobody round him to flick it onto. Then when he took Sterling off, it was even worse. There was nobody at all. Shocking. Then, of course, the chance we have with Martinelli. Martinelli, my guy. Please, do me a favour. Please do me a favour. Those chances you have to bury. There is no excuses. It's not like, oh, he was off balance. Oh, it coming in quick. Oh, he had someone shutting him down. He's just got to pick his spot and bury it. Kepa is in goal. Kepa. Come on, man. Like, real talk. You know, this isn't about negativity. This isn't about being toxic. But too many Arsenal fans are blaming referees and VARs all the time. I'm sick of it. Look at our own performances. Look at our manager, who was a joker. Absolute joker. Now let's take a look at some of the players. David Raya got engaged 2 days ago. Or was it Friday he got engaged now? Yeah, Friday. He clearly had a drink on Friday night. Because that is one of the worst goalkeeping performances I've seen in an Arsenal shirt. He was rash. We had no confidence in him. He was flapping. He was messing up his feet. He was kicking like an absolute clown. No distribution. Every ball that tried to go long went to Bournemouth. Every short pass was putting us under pressure. And he gave away the most ridiculous of penalties. I've got so much time for what Ray has done in the first few games. He's been by far one of our best players. But I've been sick and tired of his performances coming in like this. That just reminded me so much of when he first started in an Arsenal shirt and everyone was crying for Ramsdale to come back. That was a shambles from David Raya, one of the worst players on the pitch for both teams. And Bournemouth had confidence because of him. Massive confidence because of him. The back line. Gabriel, fair play, typical performance from Gabriel. But White and Calafiori Poor. Don't know what they're doing. Sorry, Calafiori. I know you're supposed to be world class and have this potential to be the new Maldini, but you don't even look like Maldini's 10-year-old nephew at times. Your positioning is so horrendously bad that I don't know if he knows what position he's supposed to be playing. I like him on the ball. I think he's quite comfortable. I think he can definitely put in a tackle. I think he can chase back and win the ball. But positionally, I have to question it. I am shitting myself when Salah plays him. Absolutely shitting myself. Because he has got all over the place with his positioning. And this isn't me having a hate on because he's a young kid. He's 21. He's come into the side. He's definitely learning still. I need him to get his positioning right because it's not like he's good going forward but crap defensively or great defending but can't go forward. He can actually do both. But his positioning really needs a look at because I see him out of position so many times. And there's no coincidence that since Timber's come out the side, we're conceding goals. In fact, since we've had White and Timber not together, we've conceded in every single game. Every single game. 2 against Bournemouth, 2 against Leicester, 1 against Southampton, conceded against City, funnily enough, without Ben White and Timber. The last time Ben White and Timber were playing, we kept clean sheets against Atalanta, Villa and Spurs and Wolves. And 4 clean sheets. And now, since they're out, we've had 4 games where we can't keep clean sheets. It's no coincidence to me. And I'm not saying it's Calafiori, because I quite like him. But his positioning has got to be questioned. Got to be question marked. And I thought he was poor. I thought Ben White was really poor. Saliba, we all know what happened there. Midfield, Party. Big up. He's been looking at his best again now. We've got the Thomas Partey we want back. Now, that will not last because he will get injured. Let's just have it right. He will get injured. But he has been so good for us. And he was our best player. The only one I could look at and genuinely give higher than a 6. He was absolutely brilliant in most of what he did. He was by far our best player. But other than that, it went downhill very quickly. Now, Declan Rice, I'll give him his due. He actually was one of the players that was driving forward with the ball. Now, I know that's not Partey's job, but Mourinho was supposed to be doing that, and he did nothing. Absolutely nothing. Rice tried, won some balls, drove forward with the ball, but he's definitely not having his best season, Declan Rice. And do you know why he's not having his best season? There's 2 reasons why. One reason, he's not an 8. He's a 6. That's the first reason that he's not having a great season, because he is not a number 8. He is a 6. He is a Rodri, not a Phil Foden. Let's just have it right. So he will play in the number 6. I've got no doubt about it. And he will do well for us. But he needs to drop in the 6. But do you know why Declan Rice is not having a great season? Not just because we're trying to play him in an 8, because he can play there. The guy's not had a rest for the best part of 12 to 18 months. Because he had all of the fallout from West Ham. He went right the way through European competition to the final to win that. And then he came to Arsenal. He played every single minute of every single game pretty much for Arsenal. And then what did he do? Went and played every single minute for the Euros. Then back and every single minute for Arsenal so far. Then every single minute for England in the first set of internationals. Then every minute for Arsenal. Now every single second of the minute for England again. And now he's playing every single minute for Arsenal. When are we going to rest Declan Rice? People talk about Saka. Oh my God, he's going to get crocked. And he now is. It's happening to Rice soon, people. He's only a human being. He's no different to Saka. Yeah? What? Because he's 1 year older. And he plays in a better position in terms of like his stature and what he's like. I don't feel that we're going to be able to rest Declan Rice, because at the moment, we might even need him to play centre half against Liverpool if Timber ain't back, and have Partey, Mourinho and Trossard in the middle, because Declan Rice is the best option at right-sided centre-back for me right now. Because if Timber's out and Tommy Yasu's out, what do you do? Ben White at right-sided centre-back and Partey at right-back? Or would you rather have Ben White at right-back and Declan Rice in the middle? Because I'm not playing Kivior or Calafiori on the right side of defence. They've never played there in their life, ever. I think Kivior did for us once when Holding was rubbish once. And that was it. So let's just be real and have it right. Declan Rice needs a rest, and we ain't going to be able to get him rested. So that's why Declan Rice hasn't been great. Then we come to the front three. Havertz, he was poor, but I'm going to give him a bit of a pass because he's up there trying to do what he can, but he's got no one around him. And he ain't my favourite player, Kai Havertz. I like him. I don't love him, right? But let's just be real about it. There was nobody helping him at all. Nobody. Sterling got subbed off. Manager holds an L for that. I don't like Sterling, but he was the only one who was actually causing some drama down that side. And then we come to Trossard, who should be playing in the middle. People have said Trossard is a sub. That's cool, because when he comes on, he's an impact sub, and I think he's a super sub, and I think he should stay that. But I understood why he started him. My problem is why he started him on the left. He's been better for Arsenal in the middle. When he played in the 9 and the false 9, we were absolutely smashing teams. He was brilliant. When he played in the 10, one of our best players. Really creative. Haven't missed Ødegaard because of Trossard in the 10. Against PSG, absolutely phenomenal. But then he puts him on the left and he's out of the game again. For me, you need to start Martinelli on the left and bring on Trossard, or you bring Trossard into the middle and leave him there. They're the two options. I don't think you start Trossard on the left anymore because it ain't working. It just ain't. It ain't working. That's where I'm at. Ethan Nwaneri. How dare the manager bring him on at 2-0 down? How dare he? By the way, he was balling out again because he's a good player. And fair play to him. He came on and gave 110%. He was driving forward. That left foot of his is very good. He needs to play on Tuesday night. I started him 100%. He goes in. He starts. And do you know what? If he has a good game, I'd play him against Liverpool. If Saka's still out and Ødegaard is still out. Because I'm a fan of what's happening. Now, I'm saying this now. When that summer shut, I said we need Eze and Gyökeres. Otherwise, we ain't had a good window. It shut and I was livid because we got Sterling and nobody else. And do you know what it showed? That the board and the ownership have taken a risk yet again, which is why I mentioned them as the blame at the weekend, because now it's starting to show that the squad isn't actually that great from the bench still. Who did we have to bring on? Gabriel Jesus. Wouldn't you rather have Gyökeres to bring on? Wouldn't you rather have Eze to bring on? Along with Nwaneri and Sterling and Jesus. Now people can say, well, the bench looked crap because we got Saka and Ødegaard out. What, 2 players? So all we need to have is 2 players injured and then we look rubbish again. Come on, man. We're better than that. We know that the board and ownership have left us short again. We know that they haven't gone in and tried to win this title, that they're trying to get away with the bare minimum. And if Arteta's to blame with that as well, they do, then fair play. You can bring them all into the mix because apparently they're all in this together. Whether you're Edu, whether you're Nicholas Jova, whether you're Carlos Kestak, whether you're Edu, whether you're Josh, whether you're Garlic, whether you're Tim Lewis, Stan Kroenke, apparently they're all in this together. So I'm bringing them all into it. And I'm asking them if you think this is good enough. Because what I'm seeing from games 1 to 8 is a team that's not going to win the league. Because we've learned nothing from last year against Fulham, which was a performance exact replica to that, other than we did keep 11 men on. And we didn't win the league. Why do I think this is going to change? We've already dropped points to Brighton City and now we've lost the game. And we're only in game week 7 or 8. We've got a lot of fixtures coming up now. We've got Shakhtar. Yeah. We've got Liverpool. Yeah, look, people in the chat, but we were down to 10 men. That does not excuse playing like that, my bro. 11v11, we were awful. This is not about Arsenal lost again, 10 men. We were still by far the better team. We would have gone unbeaten if it weren't for that red card. What a load of crud. Absolute, wake up. Yeah? Start calling out your football club when it don't perform. That's what you need to do. Stop sitting there and sucking everyone off. Well, oh my God, it's brilliant, isn't it? If it weren't for those red cards, we would have won every single game this season. Shambles. Absolute shambles. I'm sick of it when we sit there and start loving everyone that we do. The sort of fans we lost 5-0. Well, at least it weren't 6. We're still the best side in the league. Come on, man. Wake up. People that are looking at this game going, there's nothing we could have done. Bournemouth, they were brilliant because we had 10 men. So what? Did we pepper their goal? With 11 men, were we by far the best? Did you look at that and go, cool, at least we played brilliant though. I know we lost, but the performance was outstanding. If you do, then check out basketball because football ain't for you. Trust me, it really ain't. It is not good what I'm seeing at the moment. And do you know what? I gave an absolute pass because I thought I'm not impressed by Arsenal this season. But let me not be too harsh because we've had tough games against Villa away, City away, Tottenham away, Atlanta away. I thought, you know what, we've got through it unscathed. We've looked terrible in parts, but we look pretty resolute. Let's just go and get the free-flowing football. And I've seen us scrape past Leicester in injury time, bring on subs because our squad was crap against Southampton, who, by the way, were 2-0 up against Leicester and still lost. We scraped past both of them sides. And then when we beat PSG, who were crap, by the way, I thought, yeah, that's what we can do with our best side. And then I've seen this at the weekend, and I'm worried. Because when we've had to rotate, which is hardly anything yet, Saka and Ødegaard are out, we've had to rotate by a couple of players, and we look completely different. Completely different. Now, injuries. Boy, do we have injury problems. This is why I said to you guys, when that window's shut, we're short. No, we're not, Dan. We've got Sterling, Marino and Calafiori. Cool. We've lost players. We've not replaced them. And you're telling me that we've replaced the ones we've got rid of or upgraded on when we've bought one in but got rid of four. We got rid of Eddie, Nelson, Smith-Rowe, Vieira and bought in Sterling. That was it. Oh, sorry. We replaced El Neni with Marino as well. So he's not a Smith-Rowe replacement. Yeah. We've got our three midfielders and then we got our attacking midfielders. Wanyeri, he's replaced Vieira. Cool. Why is he not playing then? Oh, I don't trust him. So what's he in the squad for? Why don't you loan him out if you didn't trust him? If he's not ready yet. Miles Lewis-Skelly, likewise. We've got fullbacks at the moment and they're all injured. Tierney, Tomiyasu, Zinchenko, Timber. We've had Ben White, who's had a knock. We're now relying on players that are injured every single season not to get injured. Tomiyasu, he'll be all right. He won't get injured this year. Oh, he's injured. Tierney, forget about it. Zinchenko, we need Zinchenko this year. He's going to be an important squad player. Oh, he's injured again. Funny that. He's only been injured for the last 2 years of Arsenal. Jesus looks sharp, looks incredible pre-season. We're going to get 20 goals out of him this year. Where is he? Oh, he's injured again. What? He's not played. Didn't even go to the bloody Euros. What are we talking about? Tomiyasu didn't go to the Euros. They're both injured. Now Jesus is back now. He's not doing anything, by the way, but he's back now. So once again, we've left ourselves short. And we have not left ourselves short if everyone stays fit. But we're relying on those players to stay fit. And they're not going to. I'm amazed that Thomas Partey ain't got injured yet. Because that's the next one that will go down. And I said, when that window shuts, I'm like, right, so Saka, Ødegaard and Rice can't get injured. Otherwise, we're in serious trouble. Do you know what happened? Ødegaard gets injured. Saka gets injured. Rice gets suspended. Saliba, who comes in at right-sided centre-back? One of the injury-prone players, Tomiyasu or Timber, really. Oh, okay. Saliba, red card. So we're now relying on all of these players not to get injured. And they're all getting injured. So, before I move on to Shakhtar and Liverpool, let's take some of your super chats. Suze, big up to yourself, bro. Says, in my opinion, it's definitely a red card. Facts. Totally agree. The fault's on Trossard and Saliba. Also, facts. For Saliba's praises, he needs criticism as well. Also, facts. My issues is on Arteta and his team selection, subs and general tactics. Suge, 10 out of 10. Spot on. You have hit the nail on the head. Every single word is factual there. It's a red card. Trossard and Saliba's fault. Criticisms needed. And Arteta and his team selection, subs and tactics were a shambles. Spot on. Spot on the money. There's nothing. Do you know what? You could just put that super chat up and I don't even have to be talking for the last 34 minutes because he's covered absolutely everything there. Bang on. Real talk. Big up to you, bro. This one comes in from Ghost Nathan. Big up to you, mate. It says, yes, there's issues to address. There's a pattern. I stopped counting at least 4 delaying a restart on Chelsea versus Liverpool. Why are we held to latter of the law and not others? Yep, I don't know why that is. All I will say is we know it now. We expect it. We're going to be refereed the way that we are. People are going to be complaining about it. People are going to get a microscope out. Stop making errors then because you're going to get mugged off. That's what's going to happen. You're going to get mugged off completely. So let's just stop doing it. I've been really, really annoyed and disappointed by some of the refereeing decisions, no doubt. I'm not no different to you guys. But stop relying on the referee to help us out. Because the minute you say the referee ain't helped us out, VAR is a disgrace, we ain't been able to get this done, this, that, and the third. Do you know what? What's happening after that is you ain't played very well. And I'm not just talking about Arsenal. I'm talking about if Aston Villa lose a game and start looking at VAR. I'm talking about if Newcastle and Wolves and all these guys that have been losing games are looking at the referee going, you lost us that game. That means you ain't done very well. That means you ain't played well enough. That means you ain't created enough or taken the chances you have created. That's the way I see it. Southern Gooner, Matt, do me a favour, people. Make sure you go and follow and subscribe to the Southern Gooner. I need to get him on here, man. I keep saying that. I will definitely get you on one of the roundabout channels, Max. I like a lot of what you say. Edu has left this team lacking. Yes, he has. We're supposed to be getting pieces to solidify a push for the title. Instead, we're constantly buying players who are projects instead of the best available. Great point. Great point. Because as much as I'm crying out to see Ethan Nwaneri, should that be the case? Is that fair? Is he ready to win us a title? If he starts against Liverpool, do you have faith that he's going to win us the game and take us forward? That he's going to create what Odegaard couldn't because he's not here? Because that really should not be... Oh, bless me. That really should not be the case. We should have somebody in there like an Eze to bring in. We should have Victor Gyökeres from the bench or starting. It's fine bringing Jesus, Havertz and Sterling and guys like that into the mix from the bench. That's fine. People will say, God, that's a strong bench. But at the moment, we're relying on one or two players that I'm not so sure and that are either injury prone and aren't able to. So Kivior's getting games. No one's really sure on him. Nwaneri, people are crying out for because we're not quite sure on what's happening elsewhere. Marino and Calafiori are coming into the mix and they're trying to settle in. Havertz is the only option up top that can score goals for us. And when he doesn't play alongside one of the other two, Saka, Odegaard or Martinelli, he ain't scoring goals either. So there's problems, people. There's problems. I'm not saying we're not going to win the league. All I'm saying is we need to look and address the concerns. People don't want to hear it. They want me to come on here and they want me to go, don't worry, people. Let's keep our heads. It's the referee that's going to lose us this league. But Arsenal really should be doing that. And if Man City win it, it's an asterisk because Arsenal really should have won the league, but the referee sport it's for us. I ain't going to do that. Sorry, I'm looking at ourselves. And that's why I said in the last 2 years, it's not Pep and City that won this league. It's Arsenal that threw it away and have bottled it twice, 2 years in a row. How can you get into a position of being 8 points clear and lose and drop points at West Ham and Southampton, Brighton and Forest? How can you get to a stage where all you've got to do is beat Aston Villa at home and win the league and you lose it? How can you do that? We can. We can. Listen, people, there's nearly 500 of you in here. Do me a favour. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit subscribe as well. Big up to all of you for your super chats as well. I'm going to keep reading them out. Anyone wants to put any super chats in, they'll get read up on the screen, just like Matt, Southern Gooner and Suj have done. This one comes in from Ghost Nathan. Says, yeah, we were absolutely rubbish. Put Trossard back to the 10 or play Ethan. This game showed that we can't lose Martin Odegaard, Saka and Timber, Havertz and Rice. Look, we're always going to have players that are more important than others, right? And I would argue that Odegaard and Saka and Saliba are our three best players. I would argue that to anyone, right? This is the equivalent of Haaland, De Bruyne and Foden being out. This is the equivalent of Salah, Jota and Gravenberch being out. And you can go to the other teams and do the same, right? But, and there is a but, you have to set your team up in the summer. This is on Edu, Garlic, Arteta, the board, the ownership. With worst case scenario, Arsenal are still okay. Now, I don't mean all 11 players getting injured and then another 11 coming in. But I'm talking about don't have a lot of versatile players. Because when you have a lot of versatile players and they both get injured together, you've now got no players, not versatile players. So I want to know who the 11 is at Arsenal and who's the backup 11. I don't want, we haven't got the 22 players, we've got 19 because those three play in 4 positions. Well, what about if those 3 get injured? Yeah, no, it's a problem. Then we've got to use the youth team. Not good enough. Sackable offence then, if that's the case. Because who's our right-sided centre-back? And people will shout out, it's White. We don't know it is because White's playing right-back. Okay, it's Timber. Yeah, but he's been playing left-back and right-back. It must be Tomiyasu then. When's the last time he played centre-back? Who's the right-sided centre-back cover? I know who I'd play. It'd be Timber. But is he? Because he's playing left-back. So what happens now if Saliba gets a knock and Timber's playing at left back? and Ben White's going to play at right back. What happens then? What happens? We ain't got any cover, which is why Declan Rice might have to play there now against Liverpool if these players are still injured. But no one thinks about this. And we've bought 1 million defenders and we still need cover. They're all left-footed at Arsenal. There's loads over the left. Kivior, Calafiori, Gabriel, Zinchenko, Timber, Tierney when he's fit. 6. Who's on the right? Ben White and Saliba. Oh, Tomiyasu's there. Oh, yeah, but he's been playing left back. Timber, yeah, but he's been playing left back. Oh, yeah, they're all playing on the left. Come on, man. Like, real talk. It's just a madness. It really is. I don't get it. But I said this at the start of the season, and everyone said I'm just being negative. So I don't get it. I do not get it at all. Suj, I'm on video saying I rate our summer window as a free because we didn't bring in adequate cover. Let's be honest, Trossard's nothing more than a super sub. Ethan should have started every game so far. Look, I've got no problem with Trossard playing in the 10 and starting. I don't like him starting on the left. I feel like he's a little bit invisible. I like him coming on because I think he's the best sub that we can bring on. I don't think Ethan Nwaneri has deserved to start every single game. But when I look at the game against Bournemouth and you're putting Trossard on the left, you have to bring in Nwaneri then. You absolutely have to. If he plays those 3 in midfield again, Arteta clearly is clueless. And Arteta's got an obsession with if it's not dropping Havertz into midfield, he's now going to be playing Marino in there with Rice and Partey. I mean, how negative can you get in midfield? How negative can you get? That is no different to laughing at Chelsea playing Caicedo, Lavia and Enzo because none of them can create. It's no different. You can't laugh at that and then not laugh at what we're trying to do. Crazy. Big up, Suj. Lawrence, hope you're well, my mate. Says, Dan, last time we wore a sky blue away kit was back in 17-18 where we failed to win an away game in the Premier League that season. Same thing could happen with this current third kit. Yeah, I don't like the third kit. Some people love it. I think it's great. Do you know what I like about it? The badge, the old school Adidas badge. That is it. I don't like the colour. Look, I'm traditional. I know you are, Lawrence. You're a proper goon and you've been around a long time, right? I want red and white at home. I want yellow and blue away. And I want black and gold as the third kit. Because if you go black, yeah, you can play against anybody. Yellow and blue is Arsenal colours. And Arsenal are red and white. Don't mind it being blue with yellow. Don't mind that. Yeah, it doesn't bother me. Rumours of next season's lightning bolt blue coming back. Fine by me. Yeah, fine by me. But stop this pink and stop this high vis colour and turquoise green colours. Like, what's going on here? Don't mind training. That's different. Training kits, whatever colour you want. I don't care if it's orange, purple or grey. You wear what you want. But on the pitch, I'm traditional, man. And I want to be old school. I don't like all these new colours that are coming in. Look, away from home, I don't like it, but we go with whatever kit we need to. Bournemouth was obviously going to clash with us because it's red and black, so we can't play red and white or the black away kit. But that's the only one. That's why we had to play in pink a few years ago, and now we've had to play in turquoise green. But I honestly have no confidence at the moment going into games because we haven't played well all year. We've been scraping past goals, 2-1s and 1-0s. And when we haven't played well and got someone sent off, we ain't won the game. It's crazy. It really is. So hit the like and subscribe, people. Yeah, please make sure you do that. There's over 500 of you in here now. Do me a favor and hit the like button. We've only got 155 likes. So please make sure you hit the like button, people, and subscribe to the channel. We are now on 25.6, which means that we're getting close to 26k. I want to get to 30k very, very soon. If I can do it around about New Year time, I'll be really happy. That's what I'm hoping for. New Year, 30k. That's what I'm praying for. Let's see. Need your help to do it, though. That's for sure. So big up to every single one of you. That's the target, 30k by 2025. If we can get there, I will be very, very happy. And thank you all for it. So please make sure that you're not subscribed. You have hit subscribe. Keep your super chats coming in, people. Big up to every single one of you. Much appreciate that. If you do want to join as a member, you can click like, subscribe, and then join and follow the instructions. It is a minimal cost. I think we've got about 50 or 60 members now, which is absolutely insane. So thank you so much for that. Really appreciate that. Let's talk about the next coming games because Shakhtar Donetsk is around the corner. It's literally tomorrow evening, right? I think we win the game. I don't think they're a great side, but I don't think it's easy. I've gone for a 2-0 prediction. What would I do? Now, a lot of people are saying, what do we do centre half? I think you need to pick your centre half pairing for Liverpool and play it tomorrow night, which means Saliba gets a rest. That won't happen. Saliba will play. But I think you need to get this centre half pairing right for Liverpool. Now, what is that centre half pairing? What does it look like? We know Raya is going to be in goal. Calafiori will be left back. Gabriel will be left-sided centre back. And I think Ben White will be right back. Now, if we have Timber, you play Timber. You either play Timber right back and Ben White right-sided centre-back. If Timber's still out, because we're not sure at the moment, and Tomiyasu's still out, there's options. You either play Partey at right back and put Ben White in the middle, or you play Declan Rice at centre-back and Ben White at right back and keep Partey at central. And I prefer that, if I'm honest with you. I prefer that. I'm thinking about playing Declan Rice as a centre-half now, because at right-sided, I think he's the best that we've got right now, with everyone injured. In midfield, I play Partey, I play Marino, and I play Wanyeri. That's what I do. Then on the wings, Sterling starts on the right, Martinelli starts on the left, and Havertz up top. Trossard and Jesus come on as subs. That's what I would do, personally. What I think it will be, I don't think Saka will be back for Shakhtar. I don't think Ødegaard will be back for Shakhtar. And I don't know that Timber will be, because he wasn't even in the squad 3 days ago, right? So I think what this will have to be is I think he will go with one of... no, I think he'll go Partey at right back. I think he'll go Partey at right back, Ben White at centre-back, Gabriel left back, Calafiori left back. He could play Zinchenko because he was on the bench, and then you move Calafiori into the middle, but I just don't like them having right-sided centre-backs there. So I think we beat Shakhtar Donetsk. I'm going to go 2-0. I think we'll be better than them, but I need to see some creativity, and it needs to be Trossard or Wanyeri. So let's see. As for Liverpool, we need to pray they're all back. I've got a feeling Saka might be. I've got a feeling Ødegaard, no. Timber might be. If we have everyone fit other than Ødegaard, my team for Liverpool is Raya in goal, Ben White at right back. Saliba will have to miss this one. So it will be Timber at centre-back. Or do I? No, I'm changing it. Raya at right, Raya in goal. Ben White at right back. Timber at left back to deal with Salah. Rice and Gabriel centre backs. Then my midfield is Partey, Marino, and Trossard. And then Saka if he's fit, Martinelli on the left, and Havertz up top. That's what I'm going with. And people might think that's crazy, but Declan Rice started as a centre-half, and he can play there. And he ain't doing anything in midfield at the moment. Let's be real. He isn't creating. He isn't driving us forward. He isn't a Gerrard for us. He isn't a Fabregas for us. He's a 6 that's being asked to play in the 8 in a more advanced role that he's not actually playing well in. So for me, that's what I'm doing. I'm putting Rice at centre-half. But I fear he's going to play Thomas Partey at right back and somebody in the middle, like Ben White or Calafiori. There's a lot that he can do, but it's not great, is it? None of those options are great. And people might look at that as a positive and go, oh my God, look how many options we've got. They're not good options. Playing Rice as a centre-half is not a good option. Yeah? Playing Calafiori, a left-footed player at the right side of the centre-back, is not a good option. And playing Kivior there isn't either. So we've got to pray that Timber is back. We've got to pray that Saka is back. And we've got to try and cross everything that Ødegaard's back. Because if they are, we've got a great chance still. Saliba being out is a massive blow. Massive, massive blow. It really is. So we've got to do all we can to get through a real tough game. A real tough game. Now, I don't know the fitness on Timber, Saka or Ødegaard. A lot of people in the chat are asking, is he back? Don't know at the moment. We'll find out later. At the moment, there'll be press conferences that are happening on tomorrow's night's game. Arteta, if journalists do their job properly, he needs to be asked who's fit and who's not. Is Ødegaard back yet? Will he be back for Liverpool? When can you tell me if Saka's back? Will he be ready for the weekend? Will Timber be ready tomorrow night or the weekend? They're the players we want to know. Where's Tomiyasu? Is he fit yet? We need all these players back, man. All of them. We need them. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. So Liverpool is going to be tough, but we got Shakhtar Donetsk first. We have. Liverpool is going to be a problem. They've got Alisson out, but everyone else is fit. Arsenal have got too many injury problems not to have been caused problems now by Liverpool. And you know what? We need Odegaard, Saka and Timber back ASAP because it don't stop after Liverpool at home. We've got Preston in the Cup, which we want to win. And then we've got Newcastle away, Inter Milan away, Chelsea away. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's what it is. I am just stunned that we're in this mess injury-wise already. And with the smallest squad in the league. Did you know that, people? The smallest squad in the league. Not in terms of the weakest, but definitely the smallest. 22 players. 2 of those are 17-year-olds, Lewis Skelly and Ethan Wanyeri. Look, Mikel Arteta wants a small squad, so on his head be it. Edu and the board said it was a good summer, 8 out of 10 window, so on their heads be it. And the Cronkies, this is their damn project. And if we don't win anything this year, then they have to make some horrible, horrible decisions. And so be it. On their heads be it. And if they don't make those decisions, there will be question marks about what the Cronkies are actually trying to do. Because if we don't win a trophy again, it's going to be mad. Jota out. I don't know. Is that why he come off last night for Nunez? Hopefully he is, because he's a better finisher than all the rest. If he's out, that's good because he loves a game against Arsenal. Weekend games, Chelsea, they're going to be there or thereabouts for top 4. I think the top 5 teams at the moment is quite easy to predict. Manchester City are going to win it. Arsenal are going to come second. Liverpool are going to come third. Villa are going to come fourth. And Chelsea are going to come fifth. And then if I had to go after that, I'm probably putting Spurs in 6th. I'm probably going to stick with Newcastle 7th. Man United 8th. And then I'm going to go Brighton 9th and West Ham 10th. Because I think West Ham will sack Lopetegui and get somebody in who will actually get them playing because they've got a good side. They're just awful under Lopetegui. But if they don't and they stick by him, then I think it will probably be Fulham that get top 10 because I like what Fulham are doing. So let's see. But guys, do me a favour. Hit the like button. Hit subscribe. Big up to every single one of you for all your comments and particularly and especially those super chats. Thank you so much, man. It really does mean a hell of a lot. Big up to Suj, Ghost Nathan J, Matt from Southern Guna and Lawrence Emmanuel. Make sure that you do me a favour, people. Please hit the subscribe and the like button because 30k is just round the corner. I'll be back tonight at 8 p.m. But before that, I'll be over at Lee Judges TV in half an hour. Me and Lee will be talking all things weekend football with the panel. We've got a really good panel. Flawless coming on from Man United. We've got Dan from Chelsea. We've got Henry from Spurs. Make sure you are with us, people. So that is where we will be. Okay, right. Where are we? Yeah, cool. I don't know what happened to my computer then. I'll see you tonight on this channel and I'll see you at 12:30 over on Lead Judges TV. Make sure you do me a favour. Go check out manscaped.com. Use the code FTM20 for your Christmas present and I'll see you next time.
Yes, people, Manscaped is back. But this time, it's not for below the belt grooming. Manscaped brings to you the Beard Hedger, the best product on the market when it comes to beard trimmers. The Beard Hedger is unique due to its number of gradient settings. As someone who's purchased this, I won't turn to any other beard trimmer. Check it out for yourself at manscaped.com. And don't forget to use code FTM20 to get 20% off of this product.